Hello, all you wonderful people. We are back with the North American Strikers League Week 2. It is the final series of the night, and we have got a barn burner up ready. I'm Magic 8 Ball, and I'm joined by the amazing 11 Drunk. Hello, how are you?
I'm doing great. I'm looking forward to watching the final game today of NASL and then looking into what's going on in NASA. Um, and I'm just really excited to get into Finesse versus Core Overflow. I think we're in for, honestly, I think we're in for three full games here, maybe all of them going to set five.
I completely agree. The last time that these two teams faced off, and though they were different rosters, in NASL Season 1, they split the series, and then they did not play in playoffs. We are going to get right into things right now. This is going to be a very interesting set. We've already had all the analysis done. Let's play some Core Strike. This is the last match of the night.
Gates, Gates, Gates. I
No,
want
please.
Gates. Oh, make it happen. I'm looking forward to Gates. It's Oni Village. Unlucky.
Well, we
Well,
got two more tries probably, so no worries there.
this is kind of the opposite of Gates when we're looking at maps here, because we are going to be expecting things to be slower paced on Oni Village, much more methodical in how we go about breaking the barriers here and getting our goals, than Gates of Obscura, which I'm sure is going to play out much faster as we see it more often. Luna and Dubu are the bands coming out today. And we're going to probably see a Kai from Lily.
We are going to be seeing the Kai again, like the analyst talked about. That ranged, aggressive goalie going to be coming through, going to be trying to put on that aggressive presence with Puffy in the midfield. We're going to be seeing it matched, but the forwards taking two different approaches. The scorers, the brawlers. Joker going to be on the characteristic Asher, one of the best players to utilize it, one of the only players that I've seen utilize it most effectively. And we're going to see the Rasmus from Leo Leon.
So far, this is looking pretty expected. We do see that we have Egoist start across the board, so we don't even get to know what the other awakening is. But usually when Egoist is on the table, we see that being taken by all of the strikers, as the game-breaking potential of it is absurd. So now we have to look out for Catalyst, we have to look out for Fire Up, and we have to look out for Quick Strikes as barriers fall on the side of Core.
Barriers fall already. Slop getting a little bit of a beating in that goal box. Not quite finding anything yet, though. Passing play is trying to come through for the dynamic duo that is the FNS forwards. A little bit of dribbling from Joker. Decides to dash forward, doesn't catch the core, but it bounces right back to Puffy, gets it back up to him, and that's a score for the Joker. And this, well, this is about what we'd expect from FNS. Puffy on the characteristic Estelle, going to be doing so much work.
Yeah, no, and the combination of Puffy and Joker is one that I have seen since I started playing the game. It wasn't in beta, it was actually at launch. I saw them playing together a lot, and they are a very dynamic duo, and it is unsurprising that we see them strike first here on Oni Village, as they're looking to take the barrier here yet again, trying to set up either that Puffy poke or pass it into Joker here with the core flip. Let's see how we can make it work, as that is the first Egoist sprint boost coming out, setting up this play here on the top side barrier.
Setting up the play here. A little bit of a good interruption by Lilian there. Getting that Egoist sprint as well. Trying to find something. Trying to find poke with the hook. A couple of strikes and gets it right past Lilybun's barrage. Going to be an open goal for the time being. But there's two core flips ready on the side of Finesse, so they've got a good opportunity, as well as the Pat Splitter coming through. Trading bursts. And Treddy has one of his own. This could be the great opportunity, but Lilybun catches it with a quick knockback, and that's going to be the goal barrier on the other side falling. But Treddy has an open field, not finding anything, and Puppy energy burst to catch it away and prevent Treddy from scoring that very dangerous opportunity. Very well handled by the midfielder of Finesse. So let's see if they can turn it around. But Treddy's trying to get one of his own. These players getting matched blow for the time being. And finally, the piercing shot comes through for Treddy. Levels up to finally get that level 2. And hey, Core Overflow, they're still playing pretty even with this team.
No, they are. I was actually really impressed by both the Kais there, as they were able to swat away some vicious shots there on both sides of the core, as we see the Rasmus Leon is poking in pretty swiftly here, trying to take this down. They can't quite find it there, using both primaries on both their strikers, and that sets up a good attack here for FNS, who have been relenting to say the least, getting a lot of these core flips, energy burst, and trying to make the best use of it. Joker trying to get set up here, and barrier falls on the side of FNS.
Oh, a little bit of a miss on the barrage. That gold barrier is going to fall. Keeping it away from Leon, who had the energy burst, though. Very smart heads-up play. And now there's a good opportunity. Slop does not find the burst, but is able to knock it away at the very last minute with the help of Treddy. Just trying to go duo on this last gold barrier standing. Try and just keep the aggression away completely far back, and they're just gonna keep getting pounded by this Asher. The Egoist is gonna mean that Treddy's energy will stay online, gonna have plenty of evades to get through that damage, but this is still very dangerous. Look at how far back these players have to play on the side of Core Overflow, but as soon as I say that, bursting forward with that Egoist boost is Treddy, and another snipe, and I wasn't expecting Treddy to be the one that is the difference maker in this game, but it might be.
Well, as we actually talked about stats pre-game, we find that Treddy has the most goals in all of NASL so far, tied with someone else who I don't remember right now. And it's actually Leon who ends up setting them up. So the Egoist here is going to make breaking Oni Village a lot easier, and we're going to see, hopefully, these core flips get used just for that purpose, but instead we find one for a KO there on the side of Finesse for Joker, as they broke the barriers.
They did break the barriers. Great combo. They're trying to make use of this power play. Leon playing a little bit of spoiler, trying to get between that open passing line, doing so successfully. And that's a yoink, the Death's Touch, but Puffy has the Egoist boost, so could be able to stall for the time being, has about 8 seconds, and is going to be able to do a good job of playing spoiler, and the Joker's going to come right back up, but it's still a little bit dangerous. There's still a lot of pressure and a lot of stuffing potential on the side of Core Overflow. They just have to keep it away, keep dribbling, and they're going to be able to do so successfully. Slop has the energy burst at the ready, so it's going to need to be a couple of opportunities from the members of Finesse to get this goal in. They're going to go here first. No burst out of Slop just yet, as Treddy's able to rose warp forward, able to get this one into Lily's hands. She's not able to find a clean clear. Just gets right back into the hands and gets up right back into her own. And as soon as Puffy decides to jump forward, trying to skirt that sideline, gets sent outside of the arena. Is going to have to sit in timeout for the time being. Energy burst, that's another one, and Lilligun's barrage is not able to cover the whole goal. That is going to be this first set going to Core Overflow, which I think is a little bit shocking considering all those predictions.
I think there was a lot of Core Overflow haters in the analyst table, let's be honest here. I think these teams are really closely matched up. And this Awakening draft right here, we see the Catalyst coming out, which honestly could just spell this one.
Oh, wow.
No other energy here to contest it. That's going to make things very difficult here. Joker picking up Stagger Swagger. We see that Slop is taking Specialized Training. Missile Prop for, I believe that's Puffy? Yes. And then Peak Performance and the Orb Rep falls, as there's not much left that's too great. I think it's pretty easy to say that with the Catalyst, Core Overflow won this draft, and it's not even close. So we're going to have to see how they handle the Rasmus here, Leon on the side of Finesse, because he is going to become an absolute monster this set and forward.
You know, look at that. He already almost has that energy burst. We saw him, like, dribbling a little bit, and that was very intentional, trying to get just a little bit more energy out of those hits, and he's already got the burst. Lilybud's barrage stops it for a second, not able to finish it. Though nice Death's Touch and swipes it right past the midfielder and the goalie of Finesse. And they're going to need to start playing hardball if they're going to want to shut down this player, because he is going to start running away with this game.
So that was 25 seconds. It took 25 seconds for Rasmus Leon to get one full core burst and use it, and we're already 2/3 of the way to Leon's next core burst. That is actually just how good Catalyst is. Do make sure you're picking it up in your games, but actually need to be talking about them because Finesse has a good offense set up here that they're looking to get this barrier on the side of Cal, but it's just not able to get there, as we should look and note that Leon's second core flip is coming up right now. So they're going to try to make a play off this Egoist, and there it is. Gets another barrier and opens the gates. Counterattack opens up gates on both sides. Here we go.
This is the opportunity. Open net for both fields. It's just going to have to find a way through. The pad splitter tries to make one. Get quite where it needs to be. Piercing shot is down for Treddy, though. Maybe you have to come up with something different. Decides to go for just a raw core flip right in front of the goal. Lilybun handles that decidedly. Gets it right back to Joker, who's got a core flip of his own. Gigablast able to shoot it for now. Finally, the Joker able to put one into the enemy's side, but holy cow. And it's not for a lack of opportunities on the side of FNS, but the defense out of Core Overflow has honestly been near immaculate.
Yeah, no, I've actually been really impressed with Slop this game. I have only experienced Slop in solo queue, where I've seen Slop play Luna exclusively. So watching Slop's Kai is kind of a little bit of a treat. And I've been really impressed thus far with not only his play, but both Treddy and Leo Leon's core control in the midfield engagements, and how they've been able to really benefit and utilize the Egoist start because of that core control, which I guess is fitting of the team named Core Overflow.
It's honestly incredible how they've been able to interrupt one of the hardest to shut down duos in NASL for the past season and a half. Puffy getting shut down there, no goal. Rasmus has the energy burst, but so does Lilybun. Going to be traded out. Not going to be able to find anything with a Death's Touch. A lot of abilities on cooldown now for Core Overflow, and Puffy has a little bit of an open side, but is going to get knocked down, at least for the time being. Actually gets fully knocked out. This is a great opportunity as Slop has the energy burst. There's almost no chance for this open net to get scored on. Rasmus with the Death's Touch and a nice piercing hook, but no, it's Treddy who takes it at the final moment. Core flip, stunning Lilybun, and Core Overflow is absolutely running away with this game, which we thought would happen, but the analysts did not. This is an incredible turnaround and a very good roll on the draft.
No, but like, excusing the draft, they should have won the draft in theory anyways, because they were the team that won the set, so maybe it's getting a little out of control because of that catalyst, but that's just not needed, as we see again, FNS's offense can find something as they're in another opportune position to score. If they can just hold on to those gates a little bit longer, I think we could see this game flip at any moment here, and we might even see it go to 2-2 shortly, but they got to hold on against Leo Leon, which they do. Core flip down, even though we're a third of the way to another one already. A lot of good things here for FNS. Gates open on both sides.
Not able to find anything just yet, but they've got themselves in front of the forwards of Core Overflow, and they're going to be able to find the corner shot from Joker. Absolutely characteristic, right? Something that we've seen time and time again, but it's very, very hard to stop. Joker in the corner with very much an open path. They're going to be able to equalize it, but I don't know. What's your take?
When Joker gets in open space in front of the net and you get Joker set up in those 1v1 situations, Joker almost always prevails. The trick is getting Joker there, and that's what, of course, everybody expects FNS to do, and that's why what Core Overflow has been doing is so impressive, because they haven't been letting Joker get those 1v1s versus Slop so that Joker can win them. And just, I am impressed so far with how they've been playing. Let's hope they can keep this up as they open the gates and are in scoring position here as Rasmus farms core flip. Here we go. Leo Leon looking to make it happen.
Looking to make it happen. Energy burst comes through, but a nice save from Joker! Sitting in the way, way back of the net, able to find it. Gonna try and KO Treddy. Now Dice this time around, but has the Egoist and is gonna be able to get the core flip through, but not able to find it. Slop once again holding strong. Members of Core Overflow looking a little bit worse for wear, but that's Puffy getting a little bit too close to the sun and is going to get his wings broken. Core Overflow sneaks away with this set once again.
Not only do they sneak away with the set, but Leo Leon used 2 core flips there in the matter of, I think, about 15 seconds, which is absolutely crazy. Now, here's the question. Do we take Fire Up, do we take Quick Strikes, or do we just take Built Different here? Probably the Built Different is what's
No, the Fire Up goes for the energy build. Let's go!
The amount of energy that his whole team is going to have now is actually insane. So this might be the right play. We do see both the orbs taken. I think one of them has Replicator. That is Lilybun, who got the Ponderer, which is why Orb Dancer was taken. built different, falling to the side of Treddy, and then we finally have a last but not least sad Monumentalist for the Joker.
Bad Monumentalist for Joker, not able to find any of those awakenings that are going to increase the power, not finding anything that's going to increase the speed except for that Stagger Swagger. And it's looking a little dire, but what do you think Finesse needs to do right now with this current situation? What is their opening?
So if they're going to make it happen, they need to get their offense working, right? That's what's been happening. We've been talking about Core Overflow's defense, and I don't think it's for a lack of trying on the part of Finesse, but they really need to work the core into Joker, or maybe even get Puffy more opportunities here. They've probably been trying to work into Joker. Get Puffy set up to try to poke down these barriers and set up the offense here so that we can actually get a score, but just like that, core flip it across the map to Treddy, gets the goal. I couldn't even finish saying what I was trying to say in time.
And already we're seeing the core flips come through. Like, it is going to start snowballing out of control. 10 at the beginning of the round, 2 every single time that you get hit, and on top of the stuff that you're already getting, and then any time that you energy burst, you're just going to get already like a third of your bar back. So at the end of the day, it's going to start compounding, and it's not even that like you have to stop it, you just have to try and play around it.
So the trick is that the only way to play around it is to get KOs here. Like, you got to KO Treddy and Leo Leon right now, as they both have full bar. The problem is that they're running around too much. It's just too hard to do, as here's 1 core flip, 2 core flip, no 3 core flip, but we might find a bluefish soon coming out of these plays.
I try to find a bluefish. Rasmus tries to get a simple strike in, but the Rose Warp is able to KO Lily Bun. This is no good. Puffy is able to get at least a barrier for the time being. There's 6 seconds left on Lily, but no, that's going to be a piercing shot, and Finesse might go quietly into that good night, because this is looking like it is curtains for this team.
It absolutely does look like it, and I don't know if we have to blame this all on the egoist start. Obviously, Finesse looked good from the start, but Core Overflow did win that first set, so maybe there's just better team play here from Core Overflow right now. So it will be interesting to see how this looks like going forward, and if Finesse can overcome this, but again, it's not over yet, as Treddy gets the barrier, core flip in front of the goal, not able to find it. Leo Leon secures it off the redirect.
What immaculate play from Core Overflow. It's not even the fact that they got a good away, etc., etc. They not only did they play around it, they played against the members of Finesse and completely shut them down. It looked like they could never get what they wanted going. Yes, you could argue the whole synergy between the new goalie and the 2 forwards. You could argue that it was a matter of not getting the good awakenings on the draft. You could argue so much, but at the end of the day, they did not do enough to get around Core Overflow's strengths.
No, they could not. I was really, again, just impressed this whole game by Core Overflow. It looked like they were the ones in control the entire time. And the awakenings only pushed that and accelerated that control. And it really is what made it so that Finesse was just kind of strangle-held out of the game. And I think as we look into the next games, hopefully games, plural, we're going to be looking at what can Finesse do now to overcome the excellent core control that Core Overflow showed us. Are they going to look to take them off the map so that they don't have to worry about it as much? Are they going to adjust how they're setting up their passing lanes? Was that just a map problem? Is that just an Oni Village problem? Will we not roll Oni Village, and then will we see something else? Time will tell how they're going to adjust to this, and I'm excited to see it.
I think there were also, I don't want to say positioning misplays necessarily, but, a lot more opportunistic KOs that ended up befalling Finesse, right? Where Puffy was caught on the side. Joker was in a bit of a bad position. Lilybund ended up in way too far back in the net, and they ended up getting a little bit knocked out. Whereas comparatively, there was only 1 KO on the side of Finesse, and that was Joker getting that crazy dash into the energy burst. Overall, maybe a Juliet in that situation might be able to do a little bit better, might be able to prevent Slop from absolutely putting up that defensive iron wall. you know, like maybe doing a little bit of brawling on that goalie, maybe doing a little bit more stuffing and getting it past those barrage shots, right? There's an argument to be made there, I suppose, but I don't know. Like Asher does it just fine.
Asher does it just fine. I think they were having a really hard time setting up the position, which is a side effect of the map we were on, right? Because Oni Village can make it really hard to get into a stuffing checkmate against the barrier specifically.
Mm,
So because they didn't have a way to break through the barrier, which is usually the Estelle's job, right? You want to set up that primary laser beam, line up the core and the goalie, and congratulations, you broke the barrier. They weren't finding that, and feeding the Asher wasn't exactly working. Because again, it's hard to do on that map. So maybe it was just a map thing. Maybe they did need a Juliet. It would have given them a little bit more range on the setup because you can do it from
mm.
further back with the dash punch instead of having to walk it in and kind of get that Asher primary in there. Um, I also noted just right now, I don't think I ever saw a Dorito, an Asher special that was of like good note. So maybe there was a little bit of underutilization there, and
Hmm.
that could have also been the thing that they should have been looking for.
Yeah, thinking back, there really weren't that many like standout plays, right, from the members of Finesse that we usually see where, oh, they get a good sequence going, and even if it's just one of them, they can just line up these shots and just push it through. That's what they've always been so good at finding. And they never really had the chance to either show it off or they were foiled at setting those up. And I think that's the real difference. Like Treddy did such a good job at intercepting every time that they wanted to try and shovel the Joker. Every time that Puffy had a little bit of core control, getting instantly matched and getting intercepted.
Yeah, no, that is what was happening. And that's where we question: is it a team play thing? Right? This team, Finesse, has been good for a while now. And maybe they've just been the better players and they've never needed the team element at this level, right? And so we just saw a really strong team play from Core Overflow. And so maybe their individualities aren't showing through right now because of that team play that we just saw.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe going forward in the next couple of weeks, we see even more better team play out of Finesse. Maybe right now in this next game, we see better team play, and that's what remedies what we just saw.
Well, we're still waiting to get into the match. Team's probably trying to get a step ahead in their strategies and their thought processes. All in all, I am very surprised when I heard that Streak and Elo Heaven were not going to be on today's roster for Core Overflow. I thought, man, that I really hope to see them play. I think that they're the players that I think of when I hear of Core Overflow at this point, and to see them not only do well but excel without those players with this new roster, I think is not only interesting, but I think it's very telling that there's a lot of good players on Core Overflow, and this is a team that need not be underestimated any longer.
I don't know if this I don't know if this what I'm going to say is true or not, but have they all played all three at the same time, Streak, Elo Heaven, and Leo Leon, since this has started? I don't think they have.
I'm I actually don't think so either. No,
I
I
think
think you're
Freddy
right.
has been in there a lot of the games because either Leo Leon or Elo Heaven hasn't been around. And then obviously Streak isn't here right now. And Freddy has been great every game I've seen them play. And Slop has been great. And I don't know if this is a blessing or a curse, but here we are back on good old Oni Village.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh
Noe
no.
Village.
Oh no, Village. For sure, for certain, for sure. They're going to be sticking with this Luna ban, not letting Slop get any hands on that character, but oh, that stinks.
Ooh, a no
That
ban?
really does stink. A no ban? That's crazy. They're just baiting him at this point, I think. Wait.
Ah, true. So true, bestie.
Oh, interesting. Because of the no name for Leo Leon, Core Overflow did not get a ban for this match. They're going to have to no ban it. They're going to give Puffy and everyone the same role. we're just going right back to it. This is Oni Village. This is game 2. This is Core Overflow looking to take out FNS in the regular season.
Another weird Awakening start here. Rapid Fire's across the board. Rapid Fire's probably one of the best Awakenings in general in the game right now. And so, of course, we see that Rapid Fire come out as we do see Puffy gets the first barrier of the match. First blood, technically, has been drawn to some extent, as my screen freezes. Sick. All right, and I'm back. Awesome. Great.
It's all good. This is an amazing game with absolutely 0 bugs. And Lilybun able to hold on for now, but no! A nice shot for Lily on. Speaking of no bugs, a little bit of squashing getting done from the members of Core Overflow already. That was such a quick goal.
It was. I mean, so much so that in the 5 seconds my screen froze, a barrier falls, and in the 5 seconds that it took me to talk about that, another barrier has fallen. I don't know if we're playing on Resident Sleep or Oni Village, or if this is New Age Oni Village, but we're 15 seconds in and 3 barriers are down and gates are open. What's going on, Magic?
There's a lot of unfortunate business happening, I think, for these goal barriers. They're just getting beat up, quite honestly. Speaking of getting beat up, Joker getting a little bit of hurt, but finally we see Puffy snipe one into the net, getting first point of this series, and this is going to be a good opportunity for them to finally start, at least, if not scaling, showing that they are warmed up and have a good thing going.
I will say, though, I noticed that both teams immediately went back to the exact same strategy they had last time. Even with the Dubu being available this time for the side of FNS, they still went back to Catboy Kai, which is because Catboy Kai is pretty great. And they liked their strategy as Puffy just goes flying off the map, losing that important core flip, by the way. And Treddy makes a play with one right now that gets stopped by an excellent core flip by Lilybun. And the strategy must be something that they like, so it must have been an execution thing, and this will be a good rerun for FNS to show that it was just the unluckiness of the Awakenings here, as Treddy is knocked off the map.
Treddy's knocked off. KO is finally going back and forth. I think this game, they're realizing there's a lot more brawling potential with that rapid fire start. Able to put out a bit more damage more consistently. Gonna try and find the open net. Joker rubber banding, it looks like. Definitely going through a little bit of trouble, getting bounced around. Has the energy burst at the ready. He's gonna get Giga Blasted away. Gonna be a good opportunity for the members of Core Overflow to take advantage of this opportunity, this power play. Energy burst comes through. Treddy trying to bounce it off to keep the control, but not able to find. It's just Puffy versus Slop in the open field. Not able to find anything. Shreddy as well, not able to use that combo to get this goal to happen. Both Estelles blowing a lot of their cooldowns trying to find these goals, but the rapid fire means it's going to be back up once again for Treddy, but not able to hold on to it. Joker able to snipe it away. Piercing shot does not hit Lilybun, is able to get the sweep away. But that's the core. Crystal Thorns do not land. A beautiful barrage shot. Lilybun is finally activated. FNS enjoyers, this is your moment. We have a goalie that is going to be making insane saves, and this is going to be the opportunity I think that they need. But Slop is right there on the other side trying to do the same exact thing. And Lovin, this is the game that I was expecting to see.
This is the game I wanted to see. I got literal chills from watching Lilybun make saves. Let's see if Lilybun can keep it up, because the pressure here from Cow is so much, as they are just keeping up the pressure here with their abilities. Treddy's getting knocked around. Everything is absolutely crazy. Barrage, Giga Blast coming out. A core, flip, score, Asher, done. Holy.
Yeah. That was insane. That was crazy. That is what I want to see from Oni Village, though. We want to see these long match, like, goalie stands. We want to see these players have to push each other to the limits.
No, and it's absolutely insane that it happened after the barriers are gone. Joker finally getting in there with the dash primary from Asher, breaking that barrier down. And one thing I've noticed is because of the speed gates, both of the Estelles have been, like, out of range for their primary. They've only been hitting the core, haven't been able to line it up there on the other goalies, which is why the score secures haven't been happening as much. But again, everybody has a lot of abilities here, which, as you mentioned, increases the KO potential. It again makes Awakening drafting pretty scary here, because Infinite Rapid Fire can go Benerts with some things. As Treddy is looking, not Treddy, Puffy FPS is looking to get it Joker right there with the core flip. Easy around the world pass.
That was definitely around the world, making sure that none of those players could touch that as it sent right through to Joker. Puffy definitely deserved getting that MVP, and this draft, oh, there
Energy
it is
heavy.
again. Wait, the energy trifecta's out.
The energy stuff's all here. So Catalyst is gonna go, Egoist is gonna fall in not too long. I don't think there's a world in which it doesn't get taken. There goes Fire Up, there goes Egoist, there you go. Which means we also just passed Bulk Up to the Asher, and Glass Cannon here for Lilybun on the Kai, and then Heavy Impact for Estelle. This is a really good draft. I don't think anybody's like upset with what they got. I'm sure Joker's not excited about Bulk Up, but the increased stagger here is useful. The increased power here is useful. It's actually kind of hard to say who won this draft, as these are both really solid drafts that both of these teams have to be happy with. It is worth noting that FNS came out, they changed their game plan, took 2 barriers, and they took a set on top of that. So things seem to be working better here for side of FNS.
Seem to be working better. They finally found a little bit of their mojo, and Puffy is finally finding these snipes. The Estelle primary, the absolute laser beam that mows players down seems to be working. And have they been doing this the entire set? Have they always been matching the Estelle to the Estelle? Because I just noticed that off the face-off, they swapped spots. Were they doing that last game?
They might have been doing it at the start of the set. I don't remember about last game, but I do remember earlier this game when Joker threw a special at Treddy. So I know they have not been matched up like this the entire time. I can't tell you when they swapped, as Puffy SPS finds the floor once again. Lilybun pushed forward, tried to take the barrier. No, 2 core flips deny that and open the gates. Treddy with another core flip here, probably looking to make it happen.
Finally made it happen.
Save.
No, not gonna be able to find it. Ooh. A beautiful save from the piercing shot and getting it right past Lily on strike, but it's going to leave Lilybun with low stagger, and it's going to leave her with presence on the map. That's going to be a kick in from Leo Leon, fighting with Joker to keep that core away, but no dice. They're looking still very good, very clean. Core Overflow is a menace right now. And although FNS is looking better, they still have to make sure that they are playing absolutely precisely.
Yeah, no, the way, the precision of the execution, everything is so intense and so close right now. The abilities are being used well to get cores around people, to set up scoring plays, and they are just, both teams are playing so immaculately right now. This might be one of the greatest non-slow-paced Oni Village games I've ever seen, as Joker's looking to make a pressure play on that barrier, can't quite get it with the core flip, but Puffy's moving in, sets it up, passes it to Joker, and here we go. Gates are open on the side of Cal.
And that's the kind of difference that we're seeing from FNS in this set, is that swing around to get that goal barrier. And now they've got a little bit of an open field. The Treddy is going to try and play spoiler, but for the time being, Joker's content to sit in front of this net. And Lilybun's going to start moving forward, going to be using that aggressive range to keep the core in the hands of the forwards of FNS. And there's a energy burst that does not land. Puffy's not going to be able to find anything quite yet, and it looks like the breakaway is going to go back into the side of Core Overflow for the time being, as Joker is staggered. Slop is doing a handed job at keeping him out of the fight and away, but a beautiful pap splitter, like you mentioned, Lovin, hitting that goalie right at the perfect angle and forcing that core in with the arc beam.
No, the path splitter here hasn't, like, that's the first one where I was like, yes, it did a thing. I've noticed Joker's been throwing path splitters a lot at the players right now, looking to get damage, looking to get KOs. I think if more of them are used here for the goal barriers, for the scores, we're going to see a better game out of FNS, as Leo Leon with an amazing play there unlocks the barriers for them, setting up a core flip play that doesn't quite hit, but there it is. Piercing shot. Lilybun's gone. Who needs core flip?
Who needs core flip indeed? Not Treddy. This is going to be a wonderful opportunity for Core Overflow to equalize and make sure they can keep hold of this set, not let the momentum slip away from them. Speaking of momentum, Joker has a lot of it. using that energy burst quite effectively. And the pad splitter that time, landing the KO. And finally, we're seeing Joker get these setups landing. The energy burst, the slop does not hit it in the right direction. And Joker's able to take that one with the help of Lily. This is FNS starting their own run.
Maybe Joker just needed to warm up, because those last 2 goals looked amazing from Joker, and that's not the Joker we saw last game. We're seeing
definitely not.
Joker play like the Joker that we all know, respect, appreciate, admire, whatever it is. Pancakes go the way of that Asher. Time for not the heartiest or healthiest of meals, but the most delicious of meals. Prime time here for, who is this? This is Treddy. It's going to look scary. We have Lilybun taking that spec training. Orb Ponder goes to Slop. Estelle gets Stagger Swagger here on the side of Puffy. And then, of course, a build different falls all the way to last pick for Leo Leon.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, I think, right? Just picking up the Stagger Swagger, Puffy deciding wants the speed, as well as Joker. The stacks so much more important, and getting hit with that built different means you're gonna have a little bit of a wider hurt box, right? You're gonna be able to get taken off the map a little bit more consistently. Gonna get hit by more abilities that way. So it's a slight trade-off.
It definitely makes sense. It's just interesting because it's very rare that you see built different fall that far. It's usually a first or second pick. And so while it makes sense and that increased hurt box, the inability to be KO'd unless you're just poorly positioned on the side of Puffy, it makes things work out better. Gates fall both sides, trying to see who can set up the offense here and who can secure a goal as we get a KO there on that big Erasmus ×2.
The combo from the forwards, and it's going to lead to a double team on Slop. Jokey. Maybe it's their... I'm not gonna say it. They're doing a great job, though. They're putting their abilities in the same spots and combining it onto players, making sure that these goal bearers and these goalies cannot withstand all of that pressure because they're finally coordinating. And this is the play that we expected to see.
Yeah, no, and you can see Leo Leon again has been put down. They established a plan here, and they came out and they've executed it excellently as Puffy gets that there with the special there on the Estelle. But they said, we're going to take Leo Leon out of this game now. They intentionally probably gave him the built diff and said, let's make him bigger so that we can hit all of our abilities on him. And let's just see if we can take him out of the game and win the game that way, as there's a path splitter for a barrier. Puffy has a core flip here, probably going to use it offensively. And again, we're going to put damage on Leo, and we're going to see if we can secure this KO, and we're going to see if we can utilize that to our advantage as Joker's set up now on offense.
And you can see Puffy's putting all of the abilities onto Leo Leon. Every piercing shot you see sort of fly his way. The Rose Warp, as well as the Energy Burst, made sure to put that damage down, and now Joker's might be going in for the cleanup. Gonna try and get this score here first, and they landed Energy Burst on Joker, and it's such a bad... They're trying to keep it away from him, trying to make sure that he cannot get the chance to use it, and the goal barrier falls because of it. The forwards keep this core away from Joker. They need to. Finally, it's in his hands. He's fast, and he's got the stacks. He's gonna be able to run away with the core if they can just get it through, but all of these abilities are forcing him to not use it effectively. And the piercing shot from Shreddy, warping forward, able to land it and at least keep themselves alive. But when I say they have a mountain to climb, it's looking like Everest.
It might not be that big, but it's still a mountain. I'll give you that. I do really like the play there from Leo and Shreddy to keep it away from Joker as Puffy takes the barriers. And Joker can't quite connect there on the core flip, but doesn't matter. They're pushing in. Puffy's trying to get it through. Joker has no abilities right now, but strikes are enough sometimes. There it is, primary. And we're going to that elusive game 3.
Holy snap. This is going to get very, very interesting. We saw a full-on run back, and FNS showed that they could come out on top, and not only come out on top, but doing so handedly, and doing what Core Overflow did to them in the first game, and all because of a difference in game plan. And sure, you could argue the Awakening was a difference maker there as well, but they looked so much better.
the damage numbers that came out for the side of Finesse here were more than they were last game. And I think this game went faster, too. I didn't pay attention to the times of them. I think this game was a little bit faster. The only thing I do note is that Lily didn't throw out quite that much damage in either of the games, which is interesting because of how many specials were being used there by the Kai. So, just something of note, but they had 4 KOs this game, and I think they were just putting more pressure with their abilities, not necessarily securing the KOs, but that made the core control game harder, because when you can't contest someone on the edges of the map, it makes those speed lanes so much more easily to utilize for the side of Finesse.
So, if we see Oni Village again...
When we see Oni Village.
Don't say that to me, 11. Do not curse this cast. If we see Oni Village again, are we going to see just the same lineup once again?
Both teams have showed they can make it work once. If your core overflow right now, are you thinking that it worked because of the Egoist and that you should mix it up? I doubt it. And if so, what are you even changing? Are you deciding that Rasmus isn't the play here? Because the Rasmus didn't look that great in this game, but Leo Leon looked great in the first game on the Rasmus, right? So, not particularly sure what you would even change. I think both teams came in here with a plan. They ran the exact same comps no matter what the Awakening was. Yeah, sure, both the Awakenings were really good for the characters, but they ran the same comp, so I don't see any reason why it would change. That being said, I think we do need to open the gates.
Oh, I can't believe you were looking as well, but I should have expected that.
Look, come on.
People want it. The people want
it. I'm one of the people. I want it.
I think that it has to happen.
Boring. Gates,
I think
exciting.
that Rune is finally opening the portal.
We're loading. I like. Wrong portal.
Wrong portal indeed. Although, I actually think that this is going to create an even more interesting scenario.
Yeah, why's that?
Because there's going to be a lot more opportunities for KOs, which is something that we did not get the chance to see in that Oni Village game. The damage from the black hole, the damage, the proximity to those sidelines means that Juliet is going to go absolutely bonkers if given the chance.
How many KOs are you predicting this game from the side of Finesse?
It's going to depend on the start, for sure. It's going to depend on the opening Awakening.
Yeah, that's fair.
Alright, based on this draft, I'm expecting a hyper-aggressive Awakening. It might be like something like Tempo Swing. And I think that we're going to see at least like 30 KOs.
I should have said it! I knew it was going to be a fire-up start!
No!
I should have called it! Do you want 0 KOs, 2, 3?
I have no clue anymore. I have absolutely zero clue. I do not know what to say. I don't know when to say it, and I quite honestly could not be bothered to. This is going to be chaos as soon as we start seeing those core flips. Like it's a slow build-up, but as soon as we start seeing it, it's gonna go absolutely nuclear with the energy bursts. And Joker is looking like he's about to start this one off. Puffy has the Crystal Thorns, is going to send that one forward, and the energy bars are loading.
They absolutely are loading. We're preparing the cannons, all hands on deck. We're not playing Omega Strikers anymore. We're playing Fire Strikers. It's a new cool firefighting game where everybody gets the silly blue bar and everybody clicks the silly button and everybody runs fast. 1, 2, 3, wait for it. Okay, never mind. We don't want to go for 4, 5, 4. There we go. 5.
There's a
and 6. There you go. Congratulations. We used them all in 20-ish seconds. And Leo's back at number 7, by the way. There it is. Barriers fall. What is even happening?
I cannot tell you anymore, quite honestly. And everybody's taking so much damage, by the way. Like, Joker got KO'd in the corner earlier on when we were talking. Like, Puffy was staggered. I think somebody else on the red team was staggered. Things are blowing up. Treddy got a goal playing on Imi, which I think is actually a very interesting jump right? Not deciding to match the Estelle, instead going for a more damage-heavy. I guess you could argue, but the turret has a lot more stuffing potential and gets a lot more damage out, as well as the abilities from Aimee. So, interesting switch.
It absolutely is, and the wand here provides more damage as gates open. Treddy looking to make that stuffing play. A great clear by Lilybun there with the evade clear. Can't quite find the KO on Puffy, although Leo Leon is thirsting for it. He sees blood in the water, but instead, maybe a score? With the
energy burst.
Don't even need it!
No, dice.
Just Slishy Slash. Just Slishy Slash. That's how you play this character, by the way, and then you spin your blade afterwards. It's not tilting at all. I've never been tilted by it, I swear.
No, definitely not. Couldn't be. Couldn't be you.
Couldn't be.
No.
Something else to note here is KOs on Fire Up Start are so big because it resets the energy chain. One person gets disconnected, and if one link can get disconnected here, that can just ruin and disrupt the flow of the energy state. As we see again, they're just using them because as they come up, you want to refuel everybody. You got to get that G Fuel sponsorship in here because it is NAS time.
It is NAS time. Look at how low these stagger bars are. Look at how close Joker is to another energy burst already. Leo Leon is on the other side of the map, and Slop is over here trying to defend against 3 players. Lilybun's flying out of these gold gates. And there's going to be able to hold for the time being. That was very close. Very close. But Joker has that burst. It is going to try and hit Slop away. It's 2-2 on this set, and it's just a matter of who is able to find that goal first, quite honestly.
It absolutely is, and of course we had to also be seeing this on Atlas, which is like notorious for having some of the fragilest barriers in the world. Like, who knows what that Dubu Wall's gonna do here in this game. We find another KO. Oopsie doopsie. There goes another. Can we make it 3? Probably not, because we don't need to. We'll just score before then, but that's not quite as exciting as Leo Leon puts it in. Do note, 2 links have been reset.
This is Core Overflow stepping out
over.
ahead. Wait, what do you mean?
Nothing, it's set over. That was apology. Oh, continuous! Isn't this game
actually,
so much
I think
fun?
that it is I think that is game over, quite honestly. I at this point, what do you want? You've got Leo Leon, who had the egoist, who was really like the key egoist user and the key energy user from that first set, that first match, getting egoist again. Already. This is insane. Tempo swing going to Joker, though, which means he's going to at least survive a little bit more.
Yeah, but let's not just call it there, because I will say the draft for Finesse is really good. You got Missile Prop Dubu, you got Rapid Fire Estelle, even a last pick Tempo swing here on Joker, giving that secret hidden sustain tech, is going to be pretty good. So, like, yeah, the Egoist is really good. It's not quite Catalyst in addition to this. If that happens, it's definitely pretty Jover, but that wasn't a terrible draft for Finesse. It's not the worst thing that could have happened. I think it's actually more even than it looks, but Lilybun finds the edge of the map thanks to Leo Leon's help, and 1 barrier falls. Again, we're still just stacking up energy right now before we can secure that second one as easily, but Treddy finds the flip and finds the goal.
This is going to be the determining factor is, can Finesse stay alive? Because there's so much damage coming out from the side of Core Overflow. They've been doing such a good job at comboing not only the black hole hits, but also the cyber swipes, the glitch pops, the dashes from Leo Leon, alongside the Molten Bolt and the shotgun shells from Slop. Everything combining means that they're not having that much opportunity to get around and keep themselves alive, as it's just so hard to keep themselves up and going. But Leo Leon deciding this time around as well is going to be hard to keep up and going, sticking around on the other side of the map. Lilybun going to use the energy burst and decides to take one herself. This is going to be interesting because that Dubu might start flying.
Lilybun knows what's up. Lilybun's a knower. Dubu's actually in the game to score. That's why you pick Dubu. You actually don't want to play goalie. Goalie's a boring role, so you pick Dubu and you go score. Leo Leon uses a core flip from midfield, does not quite get the barrier, but a lot of pressure is put down there on the barrier, so it does fall. All the same here, as we look on the top side, Joker secures a barrier for their side, 1-1, both on the lower side of the map. So it's going to look similar to an Oni Village game, but it's not quite as slow. Core flip's coming up on the side. If Puffy can stay alive, Joker's gonna just get a couple hits here, have a core flip, pass it around, and we're gonna be back in explosive Blue Energy City. Here we go.
Explosive Blue Energy City.
That is one of the
I wanted to
phrases.
try and come up with like a postcard one-liner. Didn't happen.
Blue Energy Explosive City thing where the colors aren't quite red.
The colors are not quite red, but the stagger bars are going to be right here. Joker's already getting cracked by that Molten Bolt, and Leo Leon deciding to come and help make sure that that goal gate does not fall. Tofu Fortress means that there's a little bit of opportunity, especially now that Puffy has come back to the game. Joker just gonna try and go for some hits here. This core is staying on the other side of the field. A little bit of, I think, of a missed opportunity for Finesse, and this is Core Overflow looking to get out with a very big lead. This is so rough, and again, they need to make sure that the draft gets denied. They can't let them get another one that easily.
No, giving up the draft here, I mean, it literally just could spell game over. If we see that Catalyst comes out and Leo Leon gets that, like, I don't know how this game goes any differently, as they are trying to make it happen here, but this is a really hard thing to stop. There is so much pressure. Your goalie doesn't have enough abilities on their own, and if your offense, if your players can't stay off of the edge of the map, right? Like, you're in such a rough position here because it keeps resetting the energy. It keeps making it harder to get your own core flips off. Treddy able to keep it away here from Puffy, who's just trying to core flip. And they
so tight, right? And Treddy's had a really good lineup there, but did not land that Cyber Swipe successfully. Joker able to keep this one away from Leon for the time being, but that Egoist is up and alive. But what in the world just happened? Getting knocked out of it? I think that Energy Burst did not catch the core for whatever reason. Slop used one of his own. Gonna try and land that one. Treddy hits it beautifully past Lily Bun to secure this set. And this could be it for Finesse. If they cannot find good awakenings in this draft, they need to come up with something to turn this game around.
No, so I'll tell you what happened there, which is also for the chat, just in case they don't know, right? When a Dubu or a Vice stuns the core, it actually can't be core flipped during that stun duration by an opposing team or player. So what happened is the Dubu stunned it right as the Zentaro went to core flip, and therefore it actually couldn't be core flipped. That is what happened there. Anyways, no explosive start here, no Catalyst,
Super Surge though.
Timeless and Super Surge. And then Quick Strike falls to Drakkar. I don't know. That is pretty rough. We do have Primetime Rapid Fire Estelle, which is good. Dubu got Glass Cannon, and Leo Leon finds the edge of the map while I'm looking at that. And then Joker again with that bulk up. So it's not over, especially with two barriers. Like, they can do this. Finesse can make this happen. Finesse can make this game interesting.
The Glass Cannon as well, with the momentum boots, means that Lilybun could actually start contributing at least a little bit to the damage, considering that Joker now has fully got some damage awakenings going for him. Gonna be able to kick that one in after a nice little punch on the Energy Burst core. This is a good chance for Finesse to start making a comeback. That bulk up alongside the tempo swing means that he's gonna be hitting a lot harder, and the damage from Joker, from Puffy's piercing shots, means that they could start getting the KOs and start disrupting the chain themselves.
Yeah, something else to note, though, is that because the way this game operates, right, Finesse has to win every set from here, which means they always get priority in the Awakening draft, which means they are going to see the Catalyst. They will always get the Catalyst if we get there, as Joker just puts it in with a sick dash punch right through Slop, and it looks like they can make it happen. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, like, all of a sudden that was a very quick 2 goals, and love it. Like, it happened so quickly because we were talking about interesting things, but this is what we wanted to see from Finesse. This is them turning things around.
No, this is the Finesse playing like we think they should have this whole time, not to discount Core Overflow, because they've been playing amazingly. That turret's defended really well, right? Good elusive there to avoid getting cyber swiped off the map. Puffy just looking to stay alive, make sure to run away from the explosive death hole in the middle, because it's kind of inverse Imy's map, but it's really not. Lilybun with the first core flip here on the side of Finesse in this set, in this point. And no, it looks like they took control, despite the fact that we think that they lost the Awakening draft yet again, but they're making it work.
They're making it work, and that's the difference between the good and the great. They can just execute on these plans. Puffy and Lily switching spots. Nice rotation. Be able to get that stagger back up for Puffy. Joker's looking like he's got a couple of good openings for the time being, but Lilian and Treddy are just sticking together, making it absolutely miserable to try and defend. Overall, like, it's nothing too crazy, but speaking of crazy, Puffy might get absolutely murdered like a serial killing maniac. Is that Leo Leon Centauro is gonna hack and slash their way into the goal. It's not FNS's set yet.
That was a really funny core flip by the Ivy. It's something that most players do on accident. And I'm pretty sure that was intentional, where you core flip it in your turret so that it like pauses and stutters weird, and it makes it so that it like really catches the goalie off guard. Nobody does it, but core flip explosion there knocks Leo Leon off the map, which is setting up FNS here for a really good power play, as they just need to feed it into Joker here, which they're trying to do, but everybody walks up and hits the strike button, and nobody knows what happens at the end, but it got through, and then Joker gets it through in the end, and they push it in. Estelle does it all to seal that off.
Estelle does it all. Beautiful energy burst from those players of FNS, right? They knocked... I think the displacement is somewhat not talked about a lot, but displacing those players with that energy burst means that they couldn't get into the path of the core. They needed to stay in front of that goal gate. They could not get it. And Built Different goes to Juliet. This is turning into a crazy game.
Built Different, hot shot, stagger swagger, big heavy impact pickup. Nothing here that's that great for the Dubu, probably an Orb Dancer coming out. And then the Deadeye's even a good pickup for the Imi here. I mean, they've been throwing out damage like nobody's business. And you thought Imi turret hurts, it's going to hurt a lot now. So does the Glitch Pop. Unfortunately, it is bugged. I don't think it works on the Cyber Swipe still, despite the fact that it should. But that shouldn't matter. It's so hard to tell what's going to happen based on these drafts here, because it just looks like FNS is in control of the game.
Looks like FNS is in complete control, getting those goal gates like it's absolutely no sweat off their back. They've got clean backs. They've got no acne lined up for them. This Joker kicks that one in once again. We talked about Joker in the corner, and this is where he rocks and rolls. This is FNS running away with this game.
They are absolutely running away with the game. It looks like they're the dominant team right now. Like, we talked about how great Core Overflow has been. We've watched them play great. They're up 2 points right now. And yet, for some reason, I just feel like everybody used Core Flow. I don't know what happened. Everybody used Core Flow. But it just feels like FNS is the better team right now. They are showing why the casters picked them right now.
They're showing why, as they've got the speed, they've got the plays. Try to get that one through to Joker, and it's going to be able to land. Dash, no punch. And overall, still going to be calm for the time being, but they've got some passing plays going. A beautiful piercing shot, and that is going to leave Puffy with one more goal to try and land this last draft, where they could pick up a catalyst and turn this entire thing on its head, but I don't even think that they need it.
I don't think that they do either. I mean, once they get that, like, I think this game's even over. It would be actually insane to me if Core Overflow won at that point. Like, in all honesty, as you can see, they are focusing Leo Leon down, forcing that core flip out. Dubu's a barrier for it, not quite two. And Joker's looking hit hurt, but 2 core flips on the side of Core Overflow here. If we were counting the core flips this game, I think we're probably close to 155. Do not do the math on that. Do not quote me. Leo Leon off the map, holding a core flip there. Unfortunately, couldn't use it in the face. And then another person's dead. It's explosions out here.
I guess you were absolutely spitting bars when we were talking about Blue Explosion City. Joker getting seemingly standing there, Treddy, caught absolutely looking at his phone or something. Not able to defend himself. Gonna find the sideline. But overall, goal gate's down. It's not completely over. They've got a good opportunity, but Lilybun is flying with the Orb Dancer, with the Momentum Boots, and has been doing wonderfully on the defense, but hits that one into the Imi Sentry. For the time being, Core Overflow still has the threat of just taking this right out right now.
They absolutely do. There was a slightly unfortunate hit there by Lily, but whatever, happens. But this game is it's literally so explosive. There are so many core flips being used. We almost gave up 2 barriers, but it's okay. We have a core flip. And does Treddy use the core flip? Probably. Do they save it? Yeah. Do I know what's happening? No. But Joker gets a barrier with dash punch, and Leon uses core flip and ultimate to get that there. And then Joker's probably going to get the core here and probably core flip and probably score off of it.
Big base hitting as the Joker kicks it through those speakers. This is everything. Lilybun on the MVP means that she gets it. That's the catalyst, and a lot of other important awakenings are going to be falling here. Aerials is probably going to go to Drakkar, right? And this is so much chaos.
This is, yeah, big fish, sure, because they're thinking to deny, that's fine, but we know that Joker didn't want that anyways. Joker was already highlighting extra special, probably trying to deny that from the Aimee, who gets the aerials instead, also taking that away from the Estelle, prize fighter, spec training. Unfortunately, I think you don't really want Catalyst on your goalie, but you're still obligated to take it. This was like probably worst case scenario for the Catalyst.
But that means that it's not going to have an insane amount of effect on the game. It means that Lilybun's going to have a lot more energy burst saves, most likely, right? Which means that she's going to have many more opportunities to hold it down with the Zadubu and going to be able to stay alive a lot more because of that extra energy. So, could be interesting, but Lovin, this is it. This is game 3, set 5. Who do you think takes it right now?
FNS. Like, it's not even close, right? Like, in the last 2 sets, Core Overflow has taken 2 points. We're asking them now in 1 set to take 3. It's FNS. But I'm going to tell you what, it makes for a much better story if Core Overflow manages to find a way to make it work here. Manages to find a way to get past the presence of Lilybun. And I want to tell you what, the best way to do that is to get Lilybun off the map.
Best way to get Lilybun off the map, the specialized training coming into effect right there as Lilion's Oni Blade strikes through. 2 core flips online, but nobody yet presses the funny Q button. This is going to be the first point going to Core Overflow, and this is about to go really, really intense, Lovin.
This is really important. Can you hear the Ice Cream Man in the background?
No, I cannot.
Thank God. Discord's filter is awesome because the Ice Cream Man has showed up. He's delivering the blue core energy as they're just using them for fun, probably, because honestly, let's be honest, everybody loves Fire Up. Somebody, I think Treddy, forgot to actually strike it there, but it's okay. Lilybun just gets both the barriers.
Lilybun is flying. We're flipping for fun out here, and Joker's gonna be in a perfect spot to not hit that one as Puffy sends it through. This is FNS's opportunity to make a statement on this game, but so is Core Overflow. It's so important for both of these teams. They're both fighting for this number 2 spot, and it could be this game that really sets up the difference.
This series is going to go down as one of the craziest things we've watched so far in NASA because of how just offensive, explosive, bizarre, weird. The storylines from this are going to be crazy. Can Core Overflow only win with Amazing Awakenings? But no, because here they are trying to make another offensive pressure. Treddy saves it! Wait! Treddy! No! That's not what you're supposed to do!
The lottery ticket glitch pop strikes again! No goal for Treddy, probably kicking himself so much right now. Slop is going to have to burn that burst, and it's going to be just chaos in the corner. The Oni Blade comes through, and Leon isn't able to get the burst off. This is going to be so tense because Puffy is here with Joker. They're standing in front of this goal gate, and there's no chance for this to go through. But he misses the piercing shot to land on the energy bursted core. Joker has 1 shot, but if this starts turning around, if the forwards can get this through on Core Overflow, they can get it into a 1v1 situation with Lilybun, and it looks like they're gonna get it. The glitch pop not able to land. Joker has the burst for the time being, but Leo stuffs it. This is the opportunity. Slop is gonna be able to do all the defense and get it through to Treddy, who makes up for his past transgressions and is able to get it to match point.
What is happening? I'm sweating. I'm not even in the game. I am so stressed out right now. It feels like we're in permanent overtime with how fast the core is going. Leon takes a barrier right there. Slop probably just gonna have to core flip because we need to get our friends their core flips. And then Leon's gonna come in. They stop 1, they stop none, and then somebody died. I don't even know who Leon's gone. I can't.
Leo Leon with the Egoist is not going to be able to have that online. The link is broken. The goal gets struck. It was just one little strike, and it gets through right as the goal gets open. And Slop is not able to get react in time. This is game 5. Game 3.5 of set 5 of Atlas's Lab with the fire up start and the most chaotic set I think I've ever casted.
This is absolutely chaos. Who doesn't like Fire Up? There were people saying that Fire Up's awful, but I disagree. FNS is making it happen. Leo Leon's gone. Lily can't get it past Treddy, but Joker, look at that swap. There it is. FNS takes it.
FNS, after so much stress running through their veins, decides to turn it up one last time after going down 0-2 once again, reminiscent of the first game in the series. And they decided, no, we still got this. We still got the FNS Nation at our backs, and they have delivered through and through.
Yeah, I'm supposed to say something here, but like, what? What did I just watch?
Indeed?
The number of redirects, the number of damage. How long was that game? Only 22 minutes. That did not feel like a 22-minute game.
No, it didn't.
I feel like we just watched a 30-minute marathon.
When I talked earlier about pushing players to their limits, this is exactly what I meant. And if you can push past your limits and go through them to suddenly emerge at the top, that is what makes a team great. That is what makes FNS a titan in NASL, one of the 2 titans of the league. They have put so much oomph behind their name, and for good reason. And Lilybun, I want to point out, some people were hesitant, some people were questioning, but I think that she has made a very important statement with these 3 games. She is easily one of the top tier goalies in this league.
Absolutely, and I think the most impressive statement victory here on the Dubu, right?
Mm-hmm.
Lilybun is a ranged damage dealing goalie player. They can't play the melee carries. And then Lilybun's like, I have a log. Here's the Tofu Fortress. I'm a melee character. I can make it work. So I think Lily just got their statement win right now in a really tough, really chaotic, crazy game where so much was happening that if we were trying to regale it, we'd have to write our own little odyssey about what happened. So I'm honestly just like, I'm still stunned, and I don't want to discredit what Core Overflow did because they played an amazing set.
To push a team to their limits like that is more than what a lot of teams are going to be able to say in this league, right? They have showed that they can contend, that they, if one more goal goes their way, if one little interaction changes, they can take that set very easily. So they, again, very pointed statement from them as well. A lot of people are saying a lot of things right now. Everyone's trying to scream and make points and do the things. FNS comes out on top for the time being. I believe we have an analyst desk segment before we switch over to the NASA game of the week. But is there anything else that you want to say, Levin?
No, I'm out of breath. I want some water. That's all I got, man.
Stick around. This is not the end of Omega Strikers for tonight. We've got one more desk segment. Don't go anywhere. It's going to be fun to be back in the house with K-Bot and Saya.